I'm not recording any of this, which is incorrectness. It's got to be recorded. Anyway, we'll work for now with this extra scuffed model. I don't think there's any cool collisions, so I don't think the wheels have a problem with the car sport body, like at all. But that is pretty much the exact shape and size that I would like it to be. It's about the width of an F1 car, and it's about 2/3 the length of an F1 car. And it's, you know, respectively small compared to a two-seater sports car. Which doesn't actually have any doors now that I look at it. Like, there's no way for this to open. Like, the panel line is behind the rear panel. So the whole back half of the car would have to slide backwards for the doors to open. And there's no seam at the top for them. So you can't actually get in or out of this car. So, yeah. Whoops. I don't want to think about this geometry anymore. This is a single piece. You go in the window like NASCAR. The windows are sealed. Look, it's a free asset for messing around in vehicle projects with. We're not going to roast Epic Games for making something that's interestingly constructed, let's say. Portal inside. You just teleport inside the car. I think it has jets on the back. I think it's meant to be an AI-controlled car, maybe, or a remote-controlled. But it's definitely the same size as a two-seater sports coupe. I think. Is it October yet? You can tell it's not October yet because there's no particle effect on the stream. Just you wait until we get to October and my VODs get 10% bigger because we have a constant emission of particles on the screen. Love that. Looks a lot like your car your brother had. Cool. So I kind of want to... I'm going to use this level to prototype the car sport interactions. Because I can't be bothered loading another level. This is already in the level, and October is the best month. October is up there, for sure. One of my favorite months. So we're going to go to our world settings. We had some dude on... Can I just say dude on the Unreal Slackers Discord? That is the Unreal Slackers environment, buddy. I know Mr. Wadstein said some things, but I think he was doing it as a funny joke. I don't think he was roasting you, buddy. I think he was just like... I think he was making a little meme about you factually not having asked 20 times for information, but only of having asked maybe 8 times, and hyperbole is not accepted in this community at all, especially not in the help channel. Maybe in the meme channel, not in the help channel. But I hope my solution for you helped you somehow, and I hope you got to this here. So there's a game mode override, and there's yeah, whatever. So the game mode override, you can select your game mode here. So this doesn't have a game mode override because it uses the project default game. Anyway, you need a game mode to select a specific pawn to spawn. Otherwise, you'll spawn the default pawn, which is Manny or a car. I hope you got that as information. It's really hard to type sometimes, especially when you're setting world records. More people should use Kappa when making a funny. Well, you don't have to use Kappa when you're making a funny, only if you're making it a funny at the expense of sarcasm. But also, he wasn't on Twitch. He was on a Discord channel, and that Discord channel did not enable any Twitch emotes, especially not Kappa. Berlin, no, you. Everybody, go look at Berlin. I can't type today. Reno's here as well. Reno, are you going to start streaming? The car looks sick. Thank you. It looks extra scuffed, but it's basically just a couple of lines and then an extrusion and then a bevel. But I did it all in voxels, so each one of these bricks had to be placed by hand. And the canvas was 128 by 64 by 32. So, no, it's detailed. Just to get emote slots. Yeah, just get affiliate and then never stream again, but just upload emotes. Can you have affiliate taken off you if you stop streaming? Dude, that'd be wild. And then you have to get it again. Oh my god, I can't deal with that. I could not deal with that. Do you know how long it took for me to get to affiliate? Good question. I don't want that answering, by the way, Twitch mods. Please do not answer that. I want that to be left as a dark and scary mystery to me. Too damn long. It took 365 days, 1 full year of streaming to Twitch. After making a new account, apparently. Anyway, what do I want to do with this? So, yeah. 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 What's a slower operation? Sending a value and doing a set on a child actor, or a child actor getting a value from its parent? In fact, what's an easier operation? Hellraiser, Jern Jam? Absolutely Jern Jam. Apps 112% lootly Jern Jam. I'm just looking at the car now, waiting for inspiration to hit me, and trying to just tick down the timer so I can just abort this and play Cup of the Day instead. No, I'm kidding. We'll go to player. So we have our blueprint class car sport, and we have our blueprint class wheel, children wheel blueprint classes drive and steer, which will have different values. In fact, do you know Trackmania Nations Forever, the car is rear wheel drive. Trackmania 20, car is all wheel drive, and I don't respect that. It's got to be rear wheel drive, hasn't it? So we need a player controller. This is going to be PC car sport, and we need well, this is the pawn. So player controller car sport. We open this. It's going to give us some. Oh, by the way, check out Hellraiser. Hellraiser. How you doing, by the way? I haven't seen you around here in a very long while. PC car sport, transform component transform, and a camera apparently, which I do not appreciate or approve of. Class settings, tactics 47. What are you doing? How are you doing? How are you the first time chatter? You've been following this channel for like days, weeks perhaps. How are you feeling? And also, while we're on the subject, new follow to the channel. Thank you, Interruptus, for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy here. Let me add you to the overlay. 4 followers and I get to open a boosty pack. I should change this around. It's been a bit. Lots of work and stuff been getting in the way. Working and lurking. Do be that way. Like a good lurk me. 6. Whoa. A lot of people in here today. What day is it? It's Tuesday, right? Y'all not got jobs. I'm kidding. More of a lurker recently, particularly checking out all the streamers doing Jern Jam. Am I on the list now? Like, I don't mind not being on the list. I think it's kind of funny. But am I on the list? Is that why you've all turned up? I gotta check. Got it. You know what? If I if I had validated my phone number that I use with Discord, I could probably just edit that and put myself in. Tuesday indeed. Yeah, Tuesday indeed. At least it isn't Friday in California. Not looking to get shot. I can't lean on that meme forever, I'm sorry. I don't even know what film that's from. Like, I'm the uncultured swine. I just see the clip reposted by the bot on Twitter every Friday. I don't know what film it's from. I didn't even bother to look it up. I thought there was a default porn to add porn to here. Play a camera manager class. You know you live in California? Reno, do you know what film it's from then? You gotta tell me if you do. Blueprint class, all classes. Camera manana. Player camera manager, preview player camera manager. Player camera manager. We're gonna try and use a camera manager today. Or maybe you do, but you forgot. We'll look it up. It's an important piece of information that we all need to know. It may be an R-rated film though, so I will search this off screen. Today is... it's the first one. Today is Friday in California. Manage your privacy. I can't literally reject. Okay. Today is Friday in California. It's from Ninja Sentai Kakuranger, 1995. He's not playing, is he? Stop. I don't need to buffer a video. The scene originated from the 46th episode of the live-action Super Sentai series Ninja Sentai Kakuranger, named New Year's Manga Hell. In the episode, the Kakuranger are trapped inside of a manga created by Mujina, a Tanuki yokai. While trapped inside the manga, Saizo is attacked by a motorcycle-riding assassin and is carried away in an ambulance to a hospital. In the hospital surgery room, Saizo suddenly awakens to more assassins dressed as surgeons wielding giant blades, as well as one dressed as a police officer, who says, "Today is Friday in California," in English. Saizo responds by saying, "Huh?" before the officer shouts, "Shoot," and fires a revolver. The shots miss their target and Saizo runs away before the assassin chases after him. Ha! Who would have known? Ninja Sentai Kakuranger. What a great piece of information we've unlocked there. Yeah, you have to see the video. It's you look at it and you're just like, huh? You have the same reaction as the main character. Trust me. I've seen the video. Anyway, what am I doing? We have a camera manager, we have a player controller, and we have the player pawn, right? And so we need a game mode. The game mode doesn't go there. The game mode goes into core game objects folder because it's a game mode. Game mode base. Select. This is going to be GM. Car Sport. And we need another blueprint class, which is game instance. Which is GI. Sport, why not? Game instance. So the game instance is used for doing console commands. A lot of Unreal developers, maybe when they start out, don't know what the game instance is. But the second you want to put scalability options into your game, you come across a very weird situation where you basically can't. And you need to use the game instance. So if you're a new Unreal Engine developer, game instance, you need it. The game instance is the first process which starts in your game. When you click the game thing, the game instance loads, and the first whatever you put into this blueprint, or C++ code if you're not a baby, here. Looking while you make breakfast, nice. Bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs. So the first stuff that you put in here, event. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh. Yup. Event init. There you go. So event init is double click the XA, and the XA has loaded itself into memory. And what you put into here will execute before the game loads any game files, any levels, any actors, any blueprints, anything. So you can use this brief portion, this brief window of processing to set up scalability for people who have really, really potato machines. However, there is no blueprint way of querying someone's processor or GPU. You can query people's processors and GPUs in C++, but they don't let you do that in Blueprint until you get the paid plugin performance graph, which I bought recently, so I can put it in my projects to log performance, basically. Because Lumen and Nanite, I mean, they allow you to render like horrendously large amounts of stuff, right? They allow you to render more than what would be capable under normal rendering circumstances. They give you a cool architecture by which you can spit billions of triangles into your level and not really worry about the LODs being set up correctly or anything, really. You don't really have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about baking light either, because all the light is completely dynamic. Shadows do get a little bit swimmy here and there, but it's fine. And the problem with Lumen and Nanite is they have basically a fixed size performance overhead, right? Doesn't matter what you're rendering. Doesn't really matter how many of an item that you're rendering. Using Lumen and using Nanite is like saying you gotta be cranking that machine for that machine to be going. You know what I mean? Steam engine's got to be turning even if you're doing 0 miles an hour. Like, it's like when you put a thing into the level, it's like disengaging the clutch. That's kind of what it's like. And you can tune them. You can make them faster and slower based on what they do per second, what they do per tick. I'm waffling now, and I'm just trying to distract myself from setting up a player character. I know. Put me back on track, kids. Ignore that. PC sort car sport. Focus. Okay, I'm focusing. I am focusing. Game mode car sport is where you can set up all of this cool stuff. So player controller class, PC car sport, default pawn class, BP car sport, and that should be enough to instead of spawning the sports car, we'll spawn a car sport. I know this is getting really weird and back to front with the wording, but just take it from me that it works. And we go to the world settings, and then we game mode override, and then game mode car sport. Save, play, and we are given... Yes, I clicked in the thing, which was a mistake. We are given a player controller, which is our new player controller, which has a camera manager, and it spawns a car sport, which was extra scuffed somehow. I don't know what happened with the shadowing here, but it's has happened. Very nice. Very interesting. Is the other one still okay? Okay, the other one's fine. I don't know what happened with this one. Good. But yeah, the reason it gives us... the reason it gives us a weird camera position is because we haven't set up the camera manager. And the reason it doesn't give us the sports car is because we've set it to give us the car sport. Car sport is aligned incorrectly, so that's good. So I'm going to flip the car sport around real quick. And then we'll get into setting up the camera. I was going to do the level editing stuff today, but I bottled it right at the last moment, didn't I? Because level editing stuff is very difficult, and I don't like doing it. Because it's a lot of procedure. You have to get things, you have to store things in a brief container, and then if you don't get the things, you need to destroy the things, and then instance meshes are very hard to actually get rid of. I don't know if you noticed this, but if you instance a mesh, it's kind of hard to uninstance that mesh. Like, you can remove an instance, but a lot of the times it doesn't work. Like, it straight up just does not work. But yeah, going back to the Epic Games thing, can we just have a redo of the Epic Games static mesh instancing tutorial where they said, "Oh, look at this static mesh instancing tool. You can address every instance in the actor." And what they were doing is wrong, right? Wrong, right. What they were doing is wrong. So what they, I don't know why I keep explaining this, but I just feel it's like a nice comfort zone. It's like a piece of information that I know is right, that I can cling on to. Player. Car sport. So car body is spelled wrong, but okay. Car body needs to face world X positive. So we need actually 180 degrees rotation. It faces X positive. And all the wheels are parented to it, so they shouldn't change. Hold to your truths, man. I wonder about how to code a suspension system for this thing. Do we need a suspension system for this thing? Is it just going to be massively rigid to drive? So the idea would be you simulate a force by moving the wheels down, and then bonks in the road would move the wheels up slightly, but they wouldn't affect the position of the car body. Because the wheels are parented to the car body, that might work. I think the wheels would have to be lower. Nah, they seem fine. Like, there's enough clearance underneath the car for it to bounce a little bit, right? I don't think the steering wheels need to actually do anything specifically. They just need to return their grip, which is fine. Looks like someone is having jam fun. I am jammed into the fun bit, gamey. I've been lack on doing the shoutouts of late, so let me correct this. For the extra one person watching this stream who is not following Big Gamey, please, what have you done with your life? Anyway, it's a car. Can you tell it's a car? It's a Rayman car. Isn't that cool? I figure we can paint it later and obviously refine the shape a bit, but for now, it'll do. That is a cool car. Have you ever played Rayman, Big Gamey? You ever played the game Rayman? Does it need suspension? I don't know. And I don't know how to implement it really right now. My brain is not in the right place for this. Steering wheels don't need any information. Not played, but you have seen. Good. Rayman's orange, right? He has a purple shirt, red shoes. Maybe I should paint the wheels red. Anyway. So the steering wheels just have to have their grip value represented, which they can do automatically by being a child of the wheel component. We can code the grip functionality into the wheel parent, and then the wheel child will have that. I think we may have to have a call to parent grip, but that should be fine. And the rear wheels need the added ability to represent their torque, right? Their torque? Their torque and their normal, collision normal. You see, BitGamey, there's a vehicle movement component. Maybe we can just use that. Chaos wheeled vehicle movement. This. I don't know that this is going to be helpful. You know what I mean? I'm canning the movement component. We'll do the movement by hand on tick. Also, do we have a mass for this thing? This should simulate physics. 220 kilos? Why not? 220 kilos sounds like a good mass. Simulate. What about a small, like a small incline, right? Like I'm just testing now how the car feels to bounce around the level, right? Now, add actor location, add component. Add rotating movement component, no. Add rotation. Add local rotation. You do two at the same time? Oh, mental. And we're rotating around local. local. That's global. We're rotating around local X. On both of them in the same direction. Which is XY, XYZ. Which is which direction? That way? Minus X. So this should spin the back wheels. Physically. A little bit. Doesn't add any thrust though. Okay. It looks pretty good though. You know? They are both spinning the same way. Which is impressive for me. Let's go for a minus 50. And minus 5 isn't a lot of rotation. So I wonder if it's a faster rotation, if it will actually add something to the beans. But it appears that no beans have been added. Which is fine. We didn't expect beans to be added. Right. It's totally fine. But we are rotating the whole actor. So that does rotate the collider. And the collider does have little notches on it. But I think that's fine. If we go to the wheel, if we actually go to the A wheel, and we go to the viewport, the collider is the parent as well, so we can't. We can't rotate the wheel without rotating the collider. Or I guess we could. We could rotate this in here. Beanless. This isn't a very good cup of tea, not gonna lie. It's a bit scratchy. It's a little bit, you know what I mean? I think we're going to rotate the wheels in the car sport pawn, okay? We'll rotate the wheels in the car sport pawn. So we don't need it to do it on event tick right now. We will need it to do on event tick, but event tick is also going to handle all of the physics of the car, which is silly, but exactly how it has to happen, I'm afraid. I don't know why I did that. You can just move the camera. Unfortunately, we need some variables. We need a whole bunch of variables. So we need gear, which is going to be an integer between 0 and 5. Or, yeah, well, 0 and 5. We're going to need velocity, which is going to be a float between 0 and 9999. We're going to need Is there a way to start a timer on an impact and then start a timer on an impact? What's the opposite of an impact? If there is no contact. This is why they made it four-wheel drive, so they could deal with the physics of all four wheels on the same function. Is anyone going to notice? Is anybody going to notice if we make it four-wheel drive in animation, but two-wheel drive in functionality? Right now, I don't care. So we have gear, we have velocity. So velocity is the current speed. Right? Velocity is going to just set the speed of the tires, basically. The speed of the tires and the rate of the slowdown of the tires. I don't think we need to do any casting because we can just get this and then get is right, right? You really into Disney? Apparently not. I think I spelled right wrong as well, so that's going to help. Get is right. Yeah, there it is. A wheel object reference. Child act component object reference not compatible with a wheel object reference. Oh my god. Is a static cast gonna work? This is instantly not making me happy. This is instantly not making me happy. I mean, it's fine. A wheel grip is right. Broke a yoke. Damn, Reno. They're expensive to make. Just think about the bison now. Are they loose? You gotta go wrangle your bison first. I'm sorry. There is no kappa in speech. There is no kappa in speech. Texting with dirty hands. Oh no, put the phone down, wash the hands, put the phone down, wash the hands, put the phone down, wash the hands. No. Let's go to the Photoshop and try and work this one out with the brain before we work this one out with the fingers, because every time I do something with the fingers before the brain, it goes wrong. So we have our wheels, right? We have our beautiful isometric projection wheels. We have our car sport. That's exactly what it looks like. Don't at me. That's so messed up. So the car is going to be responsible for the angle, right, of the front wheels turn, right? The car is going to be responsible for the velocity at which the car is moving and the rate at which the wheels are spinning, right? And the speed, the velocity, is going to be equal to the velocity plus acceleration times by gear divided by... Oh, no. Times by the net grip of all tires. That's not the... That's not the symbol for net grip, but just ignore it, okay? Velocity is equal to velocity plus the acceleration... The Boolean acceleration, right? The Boolean acceleration. If we are accelerating, times by the grip, which is a 0 to 1 float value, which is a shader. No, that's not the grip. Gear actually has to be its own algorithm, right? Gear has to be a torque curve. And grip is the 0 to 1 that shades how much it is, minus the friction of the surface that we are currently transmitting across. Yeah, minus the surface frictionness. What? Minus the surface friction minus what's like just the rolling friction? Minus the rolling friction times by not acceleration. What's the not operator? That one? Not acceleration, which is going to be 1 to 0, because it's the not of the acceleration. So there we have our very cool, very good function. So we actually need revs, don't we? We need revs to extrapolate the torque curve into an acceleration value. And also, for the rolling friction is going to be a function of its own self, isn't it? The rolling friction is going to include the surface friction. it's going to be the surface friction plus the internal combustion engine friction coefficient. Disgusting. I can't do the voice, I'm sorry. It's too early in the morning. Call me when I'm playing Dragon Quest 12 and they have a Scottish nation that's fully voice acted. Is this correct, Technocord? Does this look like a good algorithm for deriving the velocity of a car? And the velocity is not a normalized vector. The velocity is going to be a straight up vector. Is the velocity what you just came in? You have no idea. This whole thing has to actually be multiplied by the forward vector, right? Because we can't have v, because v might not be the forward vector, right? We might be in a slide, so v might be this, but the engine acceleration is always going to be forward vector. Normalize is the reason of every bug in Trackmania. We want quadruple precision float performance in Trackmania, and we won it 15 years ago. 2008. I don't mean normalize, I mean the fact that this vector here that we're adding to v is a forward vector of the car, but v might not be the forward vector of the car, so we can't abstract this all as the same function. We have to have this multiplied by forward v, because this is going to be the forward v. This is a length modifier for forward v to be added to the friction of the surface and the rolling friction. And the rolling friction actually has to also be forward v, right? This is also forward v. But there's no rolling friction if you're accelerating. So I wonder if we could just multiply the surface friction by 2 and get rid of it here. So we just have the internal combustion engine friction coefficient, engine braking, as it were. Engine braking would be a function of gear, right? Can we just have a quick rough out about what engine braking could be? Engine braking occurs when the retarding forces of the engine are used to slow down a motor vehicle, as opposed to using additional external braking mechanisms such as friction brakes, magnetic brakes. The term is often confused with several other types of braking, most notably compression release braking or Jake braking, which uses a different mechanism. Traffic regulations, many current trees require trucks to always drive with an engaged gear, which in turn provides a certain amount of engine braking. Viscous losses in the engine oil pumped through the engine, friction losses of the cylinder walls and bearings, and no accelerator pedal is applied. Yeah. Gasoline engines. Diesel compression exhaust brake causes restriction in the exhaust, much like the intake throttle, because gasoline switch options increasing the back pressure of the exhaust. Nearly all the other brakes, butterfly valves, similar throttle valves, mainstream, downstream turbocharger. There's one. There's no function here. Give me a function. It's just a set number. But it will be based on the gear, maybe? Modern solution for physics. Train NN. For every surface possible rotation in NN return vector of direction, you multiply this vector by mass and friction. Siren is perfect for this. What is NN? Oh, neural network? I ain't training no neural network. We're doing raycasts. Or maybe we'll do sphere casts. They're slightly... Are they faster? I don't think they are. Raycast is a single point, right? That's the fastest thing. So yeah, the internal combustion engine friction coefficient is gonna be a curve that looks like that, I think. So you get the most drop off at high gear. Sorry, it looks the other way. It looks like that. So you get in gear 5, you get loads of drop off, and in gear 6, what's wrong with me? Gear 4, you get less. Gear 3, you get less. Gear 2, you get less. Gear 1, you get less, and in reverse, you will literally be going the other way. Yeah? No? No? Yeah? Are you all with me here? So the torque curve is going to be a curve of speed. It looks like that as well. They look the same. Gears should also be solved by NN model. God damn it. So the torque curve and the internal combustion engine friction coefficient curve are the same. It's too much effort to code it by hands when it can be done by training. Like, I know Technocore, you're trying to embrace the future here, but have you seen how messy AI code is? Have you seen how disgusting it is? So we need a curve that goes from 0 to 1. I think. So if these curves go from 0 to 1, so 1 being maximum and 0 being minimum, and then we can have a delta go in, get multiplied by this, and this can be like 60. So if it's at 1, it gets 60. If it's here, it's like 57, and if it's like here, it'll be like 32. If it's here, it'll be like 10. See what I mean? That's how it works, right? You use a 0 to 1 float curve to modulate an input value based on a second input value. Fuck. Wait, what? Wait, fuck. Yeah, no, you put the gear in and it gives you a readout, right? So we actually don't even need a curve. We just need to extrapolate. We just need to select on gear. So this is a select. But at the same time, it could be a curve, because a curve would be much easier to read data, to input data to. Yeah, we'll make a curve. Miscellaneous curve. Curve float. This is going to be curve float, internal combustion engine coefficient of friction. So at 0, is it shift, double click, shift right click? Fuck it. Add key is enter, apparently. Key is going to be at 0, and it's going to equal 0. Okay. Key is going to be at 1, and it's going to equal 0.1. Key is going to be at 5, and it's going to equal 1. Okay. You just say maybe because you don't have experience with neural network training, you're afraid of its complexity, but it's simple and super useful. Not just used for physics and generalizing any sort of inputs, but also for dynamic, like maps, volumetric stuff. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But, like, at the same time, it's a game jam. it's got to get done on a short order. I don't have the time to kind of futz with a neural network. No offense. No offense. Does that look good? Should we bring it over one more so it's a little bit less steep? Actually, we kind of want it to be steep. This is the braking coefficient, so we want this to brake a lot and then stop braking. We also need to change the revs. Right, fuck. That's a 0-0. That's fine. I can approve of that. You reckon we can do a single curve? You reckon we can do a single curve for all the gears? Witness me. I keep pressing the wrong button to move around. It's embarrassing. 1 0.5 2 0.75 3 0.815 4 and so it's a half plus a quarter plus an eighth plus a 16th. What's a 16th? 125 divided by 2. Not 7. We didn't get machines so they could order us around. 0.0625. 815. That don't look right. That does not look right. Five. It really looks like it should be slightly lower down. And then, nope, need a new one. 6, 1. And then select all of those. Cubic interpolation, automatic, weighted. No, all of them split. Broken tangents, yep. In fact, think Gear 1's got way too much drive to it. And then Gear 2's got way too much drive to it. I'm just going to tweak these by hand so they look cool. Should there be a little dip after each gear? Like the gear up penalty? You've geared up and then you get less acceleration, but you get a higher top speed at the end of it. That looks weird. It's 0.877, 0.75, 0.836. 0.921. That looks fine. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here, but I'm sure it'll work out in the end. Input W. Oh, we don't have braking. Create a function. This is going to be extrapolate extrapolate acceleration. And okay, so here we have our thing. So we get velocity. Get world rotation. So we get our velocity. component velocity. And we add. Set component add velocity change impulse at location. Add an impulse to a single rigid body location. Strength is taken as a change in angular velocity instead of an impulse, i.e. mass. Okay, you might not need that then. How do I reference a curve in a blueprint? How to reference a curve asset in blueprint. How to make and use a curve in blueprints. Or you make a variable. Right, okay. That's that. I don't know what just happened there, but that was not it. Float curve. What? What the hell? Uh, Curve. Hey, QC Kitty. What is going on? Default value. Advanced. That don't work. It don't work. The curve, float curve, don't work. I don't know what this is. Topped up with food is always good. I don't know how to access my cuff. I have made my cuff. Jason! Oh, God. Oh, oh wow. What? Sup, Tainted Fate? It's popping. If you want to see what we're working on some car. Oh no! Friend? Friend? Where are your wheels, bro? What in the frick? Trackmania in a nutshell. New cans, so bassy. Did you get some Skull Candy head crushers? There we go. Okay. Who knows why the wheels ceased to exist? We'll never find out, I'm sure. They're there now. Don't worry. Nice wheels. They are from the Unreal Engine sports car. They have branded rims. Logitech G733. Never heard of it. However, Logitech hype. I know this isn't a sponsored stream and I shouldn't just be shilling people's products. I also have a new Logitech product to unbox. Maybe I should do that right now before I go and get a drink before Cup of the Day begins. New mouse, innit? Branded wheels, I know. We gotta be on brand. We gotta rep the boys. You gotta rep your boys. Whoever they are, whatever they stand for. What happens if we full on... What happens if we... Yeah? The mouse matches those cans. Nosebug? Nosebug for the win. Nosebug for the world record. The physics is pretty solid, not gonna lie. Except for that one time that the car exploded. You got them in white, damn. I don't trust myself with white PC peripherals anymore. Having said that, I did just buy a DualSense, so... Am I allowed to even talk about this? Kids, I bought a DualSense controller. And I use it for my PC gaming. Because I don't own a PS5. Who does own a PS5, really, in this economy? Some really nice physics. It's just rigid body simulation. I'm pretty sure game engines have had that for decades at this point. What I want to know is how I get these curves, how I get these coives into my asset. Where is it? BP Car Sport. Here it is. I can add a variable, right? I can add a float curve. Oh! A curve float? Object type, object reference, curve float. Hold on. Yes. Grass. Curve float. Is this the one? Oh, that's the one. I can't spell, but that's how you get them in. It's an object reference. It's one of these. I just duplicate that, and then this is gonna be ice. Oh, that's so much better. Oof, my back. Reno, you okay? PS5? What is that? Ugh. It's a DualSense controller with the Sony logo on it. Like, I got it because it's got bigger trigs. It's got bigger trigs, and it's got a wider kind of grip angle. So on the PS4 controller, which is kind of gross at the moment, needs a little bit of a brush down. I added these extra trigs because the default PS4 triggers are quite small and they're hard to hold on to. Not gonna lie, not great for racing games. The bed here is like a rock. Oof. And the grip angle, if you look, it's kind of weird, and it's been pushing my hands where I can't actually hold the controller anymore, right? So like if I'm gripping it like this, it feels like it's just gonna there's some torque and some tension, which feels kind of weird, kind of messed up. So I saw this in a shop and it was very cheap. It was very reasonably priced. It's Sony branded, USB-C. Is it for use on PC? Yeah. Well, no. Is it Steam controller? Well, I'm glad you asked, Techno. Because over here on the shameful shelf of shameful controllers, let me just get a rag to dust this off. This is not nice. Ugh. Yeah, that'll do. The Steam controller is actually one of my favorite controllers, but it lets itself down in a number of ways. Sobney. The Steam controller isn't that bad. I like it, but you have to have very short thumbnails to use it. Like the grip angle you get here basically forces your thumbs into the pad. It's like using it like this is weird. Like you want to use it like this, like an index finger. But I have kind of like even medium-sized nails. You get fucked up with this pad. And it only has one joystick, which is weird. This is meant to be a D-pad, but it's actually a joystick D-pad. You can use it as D-pad. It's clicky. You can use it as a D-pad, but then you can't use any of the touch functionality of the pads. The thing I like most about the Steam controller is the back panel is buttons, but it's also where you put the buttons. And the back panel coming off, it's just a seamless integration, really. I really enjoy it. Like the mechanical creation of this controller it fascinates me. And I like the features. I don't know why they have the Microsoft Xbox branded buttons. I don't know how they license that. That's weird. But I don't really use the Steam controller anymore for that exact reason. Like it's got a weird grip angle, and so I have to cut my nails real short, and I don't cut my nails very often. Steam Deck layout much better. Fair. Sag. Fair. I have a lot of controllers, okay? I've been through a great many controllers. I think one of my favorite ones, the is it Mad Kits? Is it a Mad Kits Michael Schumacher F1 joystick for the PC serial port? But PCs don't have serial ports anymore. Sag. Anyway, now that we've found out how to get curves into our blueprints, and we've applied our curves to our blueprints, now's the time to stop developing. The whole mousepad junk on the right of the controller doesn't do it for you. And I really like it. I really like the mousepads. They work great. They're just at the wrong position for a hand to use if you've got nails. And I do. I got nails. Most people have nails. I don't know a single person on this planet who obsessively trims their thumbnails, right? You really need to trim your thumbnails obsessively to use that controller well. I tried it out. It's way better than like a turn rate analog stick controller for stuff like CSGO, but it's nowhere near as good as a mouse and a keyboard, right? It's this weird halfway house where if I want to play, one. All right, okay. Apparently I know one twice a day, morning and night. I don't know why you don't have a Steam controller and why you don't enjoy the Steam controller then. Hides hands. Yeah, no, I wouldn't show my hands on stream. Macaroni fingers. So yeah, now we're gonna play Trackmania for a brief period of time to reinvigorate our senses. And in fact, I'm gonna be right back. That's better. We're back in the room. That's right. We've got our car sport. Very cool. Very shiny. Very unreal. And we got it. I actually think add velocity is going to be after the extrapolation, so I might want to move this out. That one. And then this is obviously going to be output vector acceleration out. Oh no. So yeah, the acceleration out is going to be the vector that we come up with from the extrapolate acceleration value. And the extrapolate acceleration value is going to rewatching Bass on Netflix. The guy who did the subtitles was named Douglas Jern. Conclusive evidence. Technical excuse me. Technical difficulties. Technical schmifficulties. Thanks, OBS. So you have the gear, the revs, the gas, the pedal. I like my coffee black, just like my metal. Revs and gear. And then we get our gears. Get gears. Yeah. Curve data. Input. utilities. Variables. Get float value. Which is going to be gear plus revs. It's going to give us a float out. So the gear and the revs gives us the position on the gear curve, whereby which we return our float value. We live! That's right, Bullet, we're back. OBS decided it didn't like doing anything or existing on this plane of reality, so it just went... Thanos clapped itself out of existence. So we get that float, and we plug that into the multiply, and then we multiply that by the gas boolean, which requires a 2int explicit conversion. Does not require a 2int explicit conversion in C++, thank you very much. Int, bool, char, and byte are all interchangeable and represent each other perfectly without conversion. It's just blueprints. Evil OBS, that's right. This free-to-use, amazingly powerful software that's actually good to use, unlike Blender, has betrayed our trust. Led us down the rabbit hole. So this is value from pressing go pedal. Which means now we have to ascertain the gears that we are in and go to and go through. We need to assess that before we assess the added velocity that we give to our player character. But we'll finish prototyping out this little scenario thing. Hugh has been asking me what kind of things are good and what kind of things are worst. And I feel like I don't know what to say to these questions. Hugh has referred to me as an experienced game dev, as have many other people in the community, and I refute these statements. What the hell, man? You know what they say? Just because you've done something for a long time does not mean you are good at it. I know some things, and I do not know others. Oh no, I closed paint! That had the formula in it. That had the formula that I was working from. I think I can remember it from first principles. So we need the ICE curve float, right? Gravy can probably be up there. Can it not? People friendship. I didn't press it this time. Oh no, we need no, not equal, not Boolean. Not gas. Friendship. And then 2int modifier. For anyone who doesn't know, a Boolean is represented by an integer value of 0 or 1. A Boolean can be activated by an integer value of 0 or any non-zero value for true. So it can be -1 if you're using a signed int. Or it can be 3.68295 if you're using a float value into Boolean. But that will require an automatic implied conversion from float to int, which will make it 3. Because you can't Boolean a float value. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So gas not in multiplied by the result of this is the rolling friction, right? The rolling friction. Oh god, the rolling friction function is going to be smelly because it's let's add a new value. Let's add a new value. To the wheels. Because each surface is going to have a different rolling friction, right? So if we go to a wheel, we need grip and frick. Put is right at the top. Grip and frick. So when we go to BP car sport, we can oh nice, it did a get for all of those. Cast to wheel to BP. A wheel. Oh, it's a wheel, that's why. Cast a wheel. And we know that these are wheels, so these can be pure casts. And a pure cast slightly more performant than an impure cast, a dynamic cast. Still not ideal though. Still would have liked to not have to do this. Chaos, physical material. Oh, fuck. Okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Boolean as 0 and 1 is non-canonical, as it should be 0 as false and anything as true. That's what I just said, That's what I just said, bro. I literally just said that. Any non-zero value. But a Boolean and an integer are the same data type. They are automatically convertible as the integral types of C. Ergo, between an integer and a Boolean, you don't need to do a type conversion because it's free. It's automatic. They are the same type, ostensibly. But in the Unreal Engine, ever since the version 5 came out, you require a boolean to int. Boolean is 32-bit long in C++ 13 plus. Anyway. Anyway. We're going to get the net friction. We're going to get the net friction of the wheels and multiply that by whether or not we're braking or not. I've done this backwards. This requires the... This is wrong. We don't need the multiply here. The multiply is in the next bit. The next bit is for the ICE. The internal combustion engine braking factor. That is... this does need a multiply, though. And this needs a multiply as well. Because they need to be vectors. And right now we have scalars. Multiply by forward vector. So here we have our first vector, which is the acceleration granted by engine turning. Given combustion engine sploody-doo. You know what I mean? The engine turn, and it give you acceleration. If there's no acceleration, this does not contribute. The next one is the rolling friction, which will always contribute. I was incorrect. But it's the rolling friction is the net friction of all the wheels multiplied by the velocity. And the velocity may not line up with the forward vector. So if you're sliding sideways down a grass hill, yeah? It's gonna slide you sideways down a grass hill, but it's gonna slow you down left and right because you're not moving forwards and backwards. So it will actually slowly stop you from sliding down a grass hill. Unlike Trackmania, Papega grass hills. Let's move that down here. And then this. I already have it here as well. Why do you think Trackmania car acceleration is so weak on some angles? It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, it's legit bad. Get float value. I don't know what ice refers to, but we're doing it. Oh, it's the same formula, isn't it? It's the gear and the revs. But it's the ice instead of the gears, so we don't need that. That returns our float value, and that gets multiplied by yeah, vector -1 0. We don't need a z value, do we? On our forward vector. Do we need a z vector on our forward vector? Actually, no, I think we do. Do you? Like, if the forward vector doesn't have a z component, the z component will still equal 0 if this is -1. But if the forward vector has a z component, if you're facing up, it will need to point exactly backwards. And it needs to be multiplied by this. I've got Lonely Rolling Star stuck in my head, by the way. If anyone wondered. So this sorts out gravity. That's just the mux, and it has a gravity in it now. So this sorts out all of the acceleration values. I've done those in the wrong positions. Oops. It's fine. Warning! A wheel does not inherit from child actor component. Cast to A wheel will always fail. Motherfucker. What do we do? Get actor. Get owner, no. Oh, I've done this so many times. You have a child actor, and then what do you do to cast to it? I swear it's get actor. Get child actor? Actor object reference. Oh, it's get child actor. Okay. No, okay. It's fine. I don't know why that didn't pop up when I typed in get actor, though. That's ludicrous. Is that not ludicrous? Should that not have popped up when I typed in get actor? It has the keywords get and actor in it. I was just missing the child. And now it doesn't complain. Good. So this function extrapolates the acceleration vector that the car is going to receive at any point in time, given the rolling friction, given the surface friction and given the gas given from the gears in the pedal. Okay. Now, there's meant to probably be a scalar added to all of these values. And the gravity does not need that, so we can put that in later, but it's fine. Extrapolate acceleration. Acceleration out is going to be the impulse. So actually, we can do that. But we also need to have a function to deal with the gears, because the gears at the moment are not dealt with at all. Default gear is going to be 1, and the default revs are going to be 0. Okay. Hugh, I don't know if you're still here in the chat in the game, but like all games are pretty hard to make. That's why I started early. Not earlier than the jam, Mr. Jern. Definitely not earlier than the jam start date. Should probably multiply that by delta seconds, but it's fine. Okay, so event tick. New function. Evaluate gears. Evaluate gears. We get gear. We get revs. And we... I don't want to do a branch. Oh boy, I don't want to do a branch. I'm doing a branch. Screw it. If gas. Yeah. If gas, then we increase revs. Revs equals revs plus 10. Plus 0.1. Set revs. Greater than 1. B. Gear equals gear plus 1. Revs equals revs frac. Which instead of doing a crazy modulo will preserve the fraction of revs that you have accumulated. Otherwise, it does the exact opposite thing, right? Not called less than anymore. If revs is less than 0, then condition. Hello, guthanger123 underscore. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy here. Yeah, you can absolutely ask what the Jern Jam is. The Jern Jam is a game jam. Hosted by Irish Young Games. What's the function that lets you cap a number between a number and a number? What's the function that lets you cap a number between a number and a number? Clamp. It's a clamp. Ooh, thank you. Looking and eating? Well, don't you go being a stranger now. Is that the one? 1 and 5? Obviously, we can't have a gear 0. That'd be weird. There's no good way to do this. Can I? Because this is a car sport, right? If I go in the right panel of information here, if we just auto receive input from player 0, extra scuffed vehicle controls. We should be able to see it accelerate off screen. It's the Jern of the Jam. It truly is the jam of the Jern. I'm not seeing it accelerate off screen, so if you'll allow me to press the wrong button entirely. Scoot over to where that car spawns. It's here. It's the one with the scuffed wheels. That's how you know it's legit. I don't know what's going on with those wheels, friend, but they are not happy about this situation. Looks almost like they're being rendered inside out. You know what I mean? Has that kind of vibe to it, huh? But they're not, because you can see that face there. Right? Right? I'm not dealing with it. Do you know what? So we can debug this correctly. Let's edit the CM car spot. Event. I gotta look this up. There's a proper way to do this. And once again, I find myself opening the ALS v5 project file to look it up. Irish John Games looks cool. Irish John Games is cool. I feel like I'm absolutely going to have to close the window though soon. 20th of September. Is now the time to close the window, clean the bug shield. See, it kept most of the large flying insects out. I made the VTube model all myself. No, I used a free online anime waifu tool creator to make it for me. I just I did the hair. I did the hair. I'm not an artist. If you wanna find someone who does cool VTube models, you should check out Veil of Hearts. They are the person to hit up about the VTuber. Blueprints. Camera system. Lol, okay. Camera, ALS player, camera manager. Here we go. What kind of game is this? This is gonna be a very cool racing game. I think, maybe. I don't know. When I reach the end, is it really beginning to a future? When you reach the end, you will have completed your goal and you are congratulated with a congratulates. Here we go. It is on it's a function custom camera behavior. Right. Find references. Event graph. Why isn't this open by default? On possess. called from the player controller. You're going to be Abby? Okay. So we go to the player controller now. Event on possess. Right. So they have a custom event in the camera. They have a custom event. Do they cast to the player controller or something? Oh, it's just an output. A pawn object reference. Okay. So this has an input of a pawn object reference. Welcome back, Reno. You meant after you finish the race, thinking that's all the game is. Afterwards, there is actually multiple and different cards, or you don't know. So the idea is, every track you're given the main corpus of the track, right? The finish, the start, the ends of the track, and then you have to, from pieces given to you by the Almighty, cobble together a racetrack that fits around the ends of the track. And then when you finish the race, your high score will be your high score. Finishing the race is the real task, because I'm assuming that we're going to have some crazy physics glitches which will lead to interesting designed maps. There is also the potential to have a map editor mode. Your last day here by yourself, so you've been cleaning up the house and the yard. Nice. Lol, okay. Have you ever played Trackmania, Guthanger? Yeah, played Trackmania. It's going to be kind of like Trackmania, only slightly less nosebug. Do I have something else here? Yes. Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on here. We don't have an animation BP for our camera, so it's fine. We can just ignore that. But it's the function custom camera behavior. Trackmania is never bugged. Or is it? I did my first bug slide on the khaki map. So we override. The big pecan tree sheds like a nervous cat. Pecans grow on trees. Blueprint update camera. Blueprint update camera. There it is. They are a tree nut. Check it out, friends. We found it. So, blueprint update camera is the function that updates the camera. Oh, wow. Who would have thought? And custom camera movement is a custom function written to contain all of the code required to run the ALS character movement camera component. So it doesn't clutter up this blueprint. This is just a cool selector between, is it the ALS character or is it someone else's character? Custom camera behavior. Camera target, parent Bluetooth. So there we go. So we probably don't need this, but there's a bunch of camera ideas that we can put in. So first person camera, far chase and close chase, camera 1, 2, and 3. So we override blueprint update camera, and the return node is new camera location, new camera rotation, new camera FOV. Excellent, Slime. But oh, they have 2 return nodes, right? Okay. Manzanita is also a tree. Most people assume that they are shrubs because they just never see one old enough. All shrubs are trees? All shrubs are trees? Anything with a trunk and a barky bark. Question, Reno, is wisteria tree? Because wisteria to me looks like a creeper. Bush, shrub. They're woody. They have stick. It's tree. Small tree. Bonsai tree. It's a vine. Interesting. Because there's wisteria outside in the garden. And it is absolutely chaotic. Shared a picture actually of it in the in Berlin's Discord. The actual real tree of life. Like it's twisted around this awning thing, and it just gets in the way. But it is magnificently huge. So we need a return node for each camera mode, and each custom camera behavior function has its own set of return nodes, which drive a set of return nodes. So that's fine. That's totally fine. I think I can do this. Don't let it grow in your house. It will grow up to the roof and tear it up. Reno, don't I know it? Don't worry. It's a fun hobby of mine. Slicing little bits off it that it gets too close to anything that it could destroy. Don't you worry about it, Reno. So we can just write a cool... We can copy this return node, right? So we'll have the 3 return nodes. And we'll have our camera target. Actor object reference. Control pawn. Get control pawn. Control pawn is going to be our BP cost bought. And we're going to update the variable. We're going to have a variable which is camera, which is going to be an integer. 1. Pressed. Set camera to camera 0. You know what? Set it to camera 1. Because we can have camera 0 be a chase cam. Why not? 2. Do I need to put input event button number 2? There it is. Button number 3. Camera magic. Control pawn. Cast to BP car sport. Get camera. Target camera. Select. No switch. Switch on in. This is a little bit scuffed because if something else requests this camera function, it will just break. It will just be like, oh, we can't cast. So we actually want 4 camera modes. So yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They need to be functions though, so this is going to be stadium cam, chase far, chase close, and FPV. Cool. Cool. So stadium cam is going to get random float in range. No, you are. Get minimum is going to be 128 and maximum is going to be 1024, just because I like the numbers. They're nice, they feel good. Make vector. Get control pawn. Get world location. Yeah, it'll have a root component. That's fine. That'll work. Get look at Get look at row. Yeah, rotated 2D. Once again, I am stumped in the world of how do I make a pair of vectors into a rotator. I come to this problem every time. I should just write this on my wall in permanent marker pen when I find out the answer. Got two vectors. Huge slam. To quaternion vector. In vector is the target minus the location. If I am not wildly out of my league. Oh, the rotation is a rotator though, so we need actually to rotate a quad. There you go. And why we were using quaternion is just because it was the first thing available to my fingies, okay? They're the wrong way around. I literally said which way around they had to be, and I put them the wrong way around. Can you even imagine? This is where we stood, and this is the target we're looking at. Return out of return mode. Thank you. So we're going to return our location and our rotation. Camera. Location. Camera. Come out. Camera. Location. Camera. Rotation. Oh, we need an FOV. We'll just hard code it. Don't matter. Hard coded FOV. So we have our blueprint update. So if we get our stadium cam, we stadium cam in here. Camera location, camera rotation. FOV is gonna be 77. It's a nice FOV, okay? It's a little bit more zoomed in. But now, if we were to play this game, it should give us an absolute nightmare because I didn't put a delay on the camera control. Also, nothing has happened. Great. I didn't call it from the player control. Yeah, so on tick. Yeah, shut up. On tick, it is going to pick a new it's going to pick a new location on tick when I don't actually want it to pick a new location on tick. What I want it to do is to reset. I don't know how really to do that. PC Cossport. I would like to open the full blueprint editor. Thank you. Event on possess. Possessed pawn. What did they use in this? I think we can probably just steal this. Event on possess. Cast ALS player camera manager. Nope. Player camera manager. Object reference. Yes. I will take that one piece of information. Player camera manager. Cast to CM Castbot. Set controlled pawn to be possessed pawn. Simple and dandy. Now, if anyone is sensitive to light-based flickery stuff, look away now. Because if I've coded this right, it should go absolutely mental. Okay. That's not what I expected. Errors? No errors. But also no absolutely mental camera, which is interesting. BP Car Sport. Camera default value is 0. Interesting. So I've done some things wrong here. We need to back this up. We need to add the location of the car. PC Car Sport. Player controller. Is there a class defaults? CM Car Sport camera manager. True. To allow this player controller to manage the camera target for you, typically by using the possessed pawn of the camera target. Set to false if you want to manually control the camera target. Yeah. I don't think we are controlling the camera target at all, so that's fine. And the player camera manager class is the CM Car Sport, so it should spawn a player camera manager CM Car Sport when we go in. And we can see that. There we go, that's what I wanted. It's perfect. Oh, it's glorious. Please don't look at the screen if you are sensitive to flickering lights. That's exactly what I wanted, though. Jiggly. Ah, it's not exactly what I wanted. It's only coming from one angle, and do you know why? It's because we have fun things. So we have a random floating range. Min is 128, max is 1024, right? For the X, Y, and the Z, right? Random int in rain. Random ball. What I want is a random sign. Can't do random sign. So the minimum is set to 128, so it doesn't get too close to the car. The maximum is set to 1024, so it doesn't get too far away from the car, but this only propagates to a up, forward, right angle, which is basically one quadrant of the circle. But it is a sphere because it's a ray length. Random float in range. I don't want to complicate this with a weird matrix of random floats. Random integer. Oh. Let's do... Oh. Random float in range. -1, 1. Sign. Float. How do we avoid this equaling 0, though? Remember to add camera inversion options. That's what I'm doing, Techno. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out how this doesn't equal 0. Use direction vector. It's much more friendly. Match. You hate quaternions and matrix transformation. See, Techno, I don't have to think about them. The engine does that for me. You know, we were talking about letting the computer do the heavy lifting. I just say, give me the quat, and then turn it into a rotator. And Unreal's just like, okay. Okay. Like, what's the chances that this is ever going to equal exactly 0? What if we do, like, minus 10,000 and 10,000, huh? That's got a very, very, very fucking slim chance of equaling 0, right? And then we copy that 3 times. And multiply. Real slim chance of equaling 0. Should be fine. Different every time. We should get some much zanier camera angles. And also, we can't do this like forever, right? We have to do this multiple times, but this, not so much. Very slim chances to hit 0. That's what the Trackmania devs thought, making Trackmania physics. Lamau. But hey, you see, now we get an absolutely, completely insane... good. Progress. Yeah, so... Rave. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those. Do you know Music 2000? The music generation for the PlayStation game. If we have a sequence here, right? So we have our do once, which is promote to variable, and this is flyby statcam location. We just do that, right? And then we don't need this pin. Bit defender. We don't need that pin at all. Yeah, I know it's connected on the outside. But don't worry about that. Set timer by event. We can't do an event in a function. Set timer by handle. Set timer by function name. It's going to have to be set timer by function name, I'm afraid. We can have a function call in this, right? I need a function which is called reset camera timer. That's all it does. Just has a return node. Fuck you. Stop it. Good function, bro. Stadium cam. So stand cam location. Stad cam time up boolean. Set that to true. And then we go back to StatCam. Set timer bar location. Reset camera timer. Compopy. Reset camera timer. Not looping. Time is going to be a get random floating range. Between 3 and 6 seconds. And that's a good time for it to be. And then we don't need that. We do need that one though. What we need in here instead is StatCam location. Because if we get another one of those from that pin, it'll be a random value. But until we update StatCam, StatCam cannot. You know what I mean? So this should. Oh yeah, we need a branch here, don't we? Which has got. False doesn't do anything. True re-sequence. Yeah, there's that lovely shape happening. Condition is true. Stand cam time up. There you go. So that should, in theory, create the camera, set a stand cam, timer, set the location of the stand cam, update the rotation every time it runs. That is, if I have not completely misinterpreted how this flow design works. This should work. It should work if we go back to the blueprint update camera location, because that is no longer valid. But we do need stand cam location right there. Compile, save. That's not promising. That is about as unpromising as you can get, isn't it? That's a StatCam being set, but that's. I've waited my 6 seconds. I wanted a different StatCam. Hello, fellow game developer. Hello, amazing B-Hop. Welcome back. Been a while. Alt escape? Alt escape. Oh. You have been lurking. According... Excuse me. No. You saw me play a bit of Trapmania. So we can't do a do once. And we don't need a sequence. How about we just have a branch? How about we just have a branch? And then we don't even need a sequence here, because we can just go into the branch. And guess what? If it's false, we can just go straight down into the set timer by function name. That's still needed. Yeah, I do enjoy a bit of the Trackmania, and I paid to play the cups of the day, so I figured I may as well, right? This is also not doing anything. This makes me sad. You really dislike the subscription model? What's wrong with the subscription model? I think I know the problem. It's statcam time up is false by default, right? It needs to be true at the start of play. In fact, on possess, set that to be true, just in case we unpossess and repossess. You used to play Trapmania a few times a month, and now you don't play Trapmania at all. Nice camera angle, bro. Broski. You can't justify the cost. I mean, consider, right? Consider you buy the Halo game on launch. Say you bought Halo Infinite on launch for $59.99 for the Xbox One, right? Okay. It did take me a fair while to get through the campaign. I'll give that. Maybe 30, 35 hours. It was quite a big campaign, and it was quite fun, and it was quite engaging. Those tires are definitely inside out. I don't know why. They're not meant to be. I'm quite happy with this. I just like to let it go. So you spent £60 and you got 50 hours of gameplay maybe. And then maybe you played the online and you got salty because people were noobs and they teabagged your corpse and you got maybe 3 of the achievements online. The servers were buggy and you didn't really play it after that. So you paid $60 and you got 50 hours of enjoyment, okay? The same amount of money in Trapmania is 3 years of sub, okay? 3 years of sub B-Hop for the price of a AAA game. Most AAA games don't even last 3 years, right? So it is kind of expensive, but it's not that expensive. New global emote? What is it? What's he doing? I see a lad. What's he doing? I can't look at emotes in my chat right now because I mean I can see the emote, but I can't see it big because I'm using the OBS browser source and it's absolutely garbage. Thanks OBS, by the way. It's a true shame that you can't justify the cost though. But I mean TMNF is still there, and Trackmania 20 is free. The base game, you can play the current season for free. You can enjoy the feeling of playing Trackmania. You shouldn't gatekeep yourself from enjoying yourself now. You should just fire up the old TM beast. You do like they add new content? Yeah. What's it? 2 seasons a year? 3 seasons a year? Summer, spring. Did they do autumn and winter? I haven't seen an autumn or a winter. I should go back and look at that. That's probably a fact that I should probably know. But I'm pretty happy with this camera. I'm not happy with the fact that my wheels have inverted themselves on this one model specifically and precisely. They do winter. Okay. But I'm happy with the camera. The car does not seem to want to move at all, though, which is very interesting. Like I'm holding W for dear life, and nothing's engaging. Engage. Is it bugged? Is it bugged because I set default gear to be 0? No, it's 1. Revs is 0. What's my most played game? I'm really gonna go ask me what my most played game is, Beal. Really gonna come into my chat and ask me which game I play most. Come in here and you say what game you play most. And granted, I don't stream it anymore, but I almost have 2,000 hours in CS:GO, which is about the same amount of time as I put into Final Fantasy 11. I think I got something ridiculous like 4 months of gameplay. How do I list my games based on playtime? Sort by hours played. And then everything, not just the installed things. So 1,784 hours in CSGO, 753 hours in Destiny 2, 416 hours in Civ 4, 251 hours in Final Fantasy 14, 244 in Phantom Pain, 229 in Payday 2, 216 in Skyrim, 215 in Counter-Strike, 173 in Dragon Quest 11. Oh my god, and I subjected you all to every single second. I didn't think it was over 100 hours of fucking gameplay. What the fuck, bro? That's more than I played E4. I'm so sorry. I am so unbelievably sorry. 130 hours Monster Hunter World, 25 hours on Space Engineers, 123 hours on Kingdom Come, 119 on Deep Rock. I'm downloading, which is gonna... Oh no, there's an update for Apex. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. Take me back. 103 hours in Banished, 102 hours in World of Warships, 94 in Loop Hero, 75 in Nier Replicant, 74 in Borderlands, 66 in Tales of Symphonia, 64 in Rocksmith, 58 in Fallout New Vegas, 56 in Warband, 54 in Deus Ex, Human Revolution, 54 in Death Stranding, 54 in PlanetSide 2, apparently, 52 in Halo the Master Chief Collection, 41 in Islanders, 39 in Far Cry 3. I'm recording this as well. This is ridiculous. 39.5 in Morrowind. I'll stop now. The rest are pennies. 35 hours of Rocket League, 33 hours of Audio Surf. Where's Audio Surf 2? Because I own Audio Surf 2. Pretty sure. Devil May Cry 5, only 23 hours? No way. No frickin' way. Oh, there it is. Why is it so far down? Oh, because it's by time played, not by alphabetical. Audio Surf 2. 15 hours in Grid. Notable unplayed games. Bare minutes in game. Here we go. Vancouver 2010, 1 minute. Did not work. SKSE, literally used that to boot Skyrim. Death Kings in the Dark Citadel, don't think it run. Wolfenstein 3D, I've played more than 2 minutes of Wolfenstein, so fuck out of here with that stat. Sega Rally, I've played more than 2 minutes of Sega Rally as well, so fuck out of here with that stat. Coin Crypt, I don't remember ever playing that at all. Dawn of War Soulstorm, I have played far more than 6 minutes. That's wrong. Artemis Ship Bridge Simulator, I've never played that. Lead and Gold, I've never played that. Grotesque Tactics doesn't work. Dashlam, I've probably played about 7 minutes of Dashlam, sorry. It's really hard, I can't play it. It's a very fast game as well. Played 8 minutes of Smite, that's about accurate. 2 games. 8 minutes of Redline, that's accurate. 8 minutes of Flood, that's the whole game. 9 minutes, fucking sent me that game, dude. It's so hard. Test Drive Unlimited 2, 9 minutes. I thought it was longer because I was troubleshooting network stuff. Where is the portals? It's somewhere in the middle. I've played more Let It Die than 57 minutes, but I played it on the PS3, that's why there's no stats. Doom as well, I play that in GZ Doom now, so I don't have any stats for that. Secret World Legends. That's the game. I own it. I was bought it, in fact. And I own Trackmania 2 Stadium. I don't know why. Like, I remember playing it. I remember it being free. That's the thing. But everyone keeps telling me it's not free. Everyone keeps saying, bro, you have to pay for that game? Stop advertising it as a free game. This is the demo that's free. Portal, 8.8 hours. And Portal 2, I think it was a little bit more than that. Portal 2, 23.7. You happy? You happy? I've opened up a window into my Steam now. Yeah, so the... Portal Reloaded. What is going on here? The car is just being obliterated. Maybe the camera will tell us what's happening to the car. No, it still thinks the car's there. So the car's obviously been garbage collected. Oh, fuck. Stop. So that was obviously way too much extra. It's gone. Right, okay. Ah, right. It's because we're multiplying a force of gravity there. That's why. So let's go into this. And let's split this into 2. Vector subtraction. Alright, okay. Remove pin. Remove pin. And remove pin. So we weren't doing an addition there, we were doing a subtraction. So we need to get our vecti values, add them together. The only one I really want to multiply is the driving force, but it is what it is. Car got eaten by road monster. That's right, I'm the new Grenadi. It's not just Grenadi who can have his car eaten by stuff. Let's start with a reasonable value of 25. So the car is meant to simulate physics. The car already simulates physics, so do we need to add a gravity value to it? Tricky question. I don't know. It's going backwards. It's going back. It's going the wrong way. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. It's going backwards. Why is it going backwards, kids? Portal Reloaded, go install now, it's an order. Is Portal Reloaded a real game? So let's multiply this by 100, right? Or minus 100, in fact. Yo, the camera isn't. The camera isn't updating its rotation. Stadium camera. It's like this whole thing is controlled by the Is it because it's simulating physics? Ooh. Ooh. If it's simulating physics, is it a controlled porn? Don't hit me with these heavy questions, bruh. We can just set simulate physics to be false. Because we are simulating gravity with a minus z. Is it car body? Simulate physics. Oh, you have to simulate physics to add impulse. I seem to remember coming up against this problem before. I don't know why it's turning. Oh, the gore's gone. Sorry, B-Hub. The gore is gone. I don't know why it's turning. It's not meant to turn. But the camera is meant to keep up with it. I think it's just hitting some rubble in the road. Some road rubble. You have to head off for the night? Okay, well, I'll see you later. I'm probably going to have to head off very shortly, too. Oh, dude, we got a nose bug. Please. Oh, yeah, it can fly. Oh, look, another day. Thank you so much, Reno. Thank you so much. I can't believe we got a tail bug. Game hasn't even shipped, and we got bug already in game confirmed. Car physics is gonna need a little bit more work. I got a headache now, and I got something stuck in my nose. So that's not very handy. Gonna have to look at the camera controller again. And I'm gonna have to talk to Hugh about what he thinks is cool. Anyway, I am gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. It was productive. We did a lot today on stuff that probably doesn't need to get done or doesn't need to be done, but is getting done. What was the project that I was doing the thing in when I did the thing in? Oh, it's the matcha jam. I think I had some weirdo non-physics based physics for the capsule lads. I'll look at that code because they had pretty good physics. They didn't move anywhere because they tried to, but the pathfinding thing was broken. It didn't work. The dynamic pathfinding tool. So yeah, let me do the talk out. We'll find someone cool to raid. So thank you everyone for coming to watch the live video. If you came to watch the live video, thank you Interruptus and GutHanger123_ for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy here. Thank you for coming to watch the video on demand. If you came to watch the video on demand, and as always, I will see you in the next episode